'Cause you never know what tomorrow brings in this crazy life. Hey, this life, this life, this life.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Barba223. We are back with just another video like always. Sorry for the delay. Not gonna lie, I've been really busy in real life the past few days. I haven't been able to upload, so my apologies for that. To be honest, this is a really good one, I think, and I have some news to tell you, and I have a couple things I want to talk about. So, to start it off, I just want to say, before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm really grateful, and I really appreciate all the love you're giving me. It has been growing. It has been getting better and better every time I upload. You guys are the best. I have no one to thank but you. So, let's just get into it. So today, what are we going to be talking about? Well, guys, I've been playing in the Flames of Ambition update, and honestly, my thoughts are that ESO has completely flip-flopped. Now, you're going to say, Barba, you just had these videos about procs and about tier lists and about all this. And guys, honestly, this was before the update. The update has changed the landscape of Elder Scrolls. I hope you guys agree. Let me know if you agree in the comments, but I really do think everything is flip-flopped. It's insane. It's more enjoyable. It's so fun. I love it. I love PvP right now. So basically what I want to talk about is, what is the new meta for Elder Scrolls Online? What is happening? What is good? What's not? So this is going to lead into a number of videos for me. Today is just going to be my general thoughts. My next couple videos are probably going to consist of a tier list, a new class tier list, since procs are now changed. And yeah. So basically, what is my opinion of the meta? So somebody needs to yell at me to stop stalling. It's time to tell you my opinion. So what I think is that procs seem a waste to me. And when I say procs, I don't mean weapons. I don't mean arena weapons. I don't mean any of that. I mean the generic sets like Unleashed, Hunter's Venom, Icy Conjurer. Now, they're still good. That's not my problem with them. But what I will say is they are easily countered. So something important I noticed is that this is kind of how I'll sum it up. The more heavy armor that I noticed people I versed were wearing, despite if they had procs on or not, they never killed me. So basically what I'm saying is, you build tankier, you're going to be less able to do damage. You build with more burst, you ain't going to be as tanky. And guys, that's how ESO should be. It's great. And I think the meta has shifted completely. I think instead of procs, max stats are making a comeback. And along with that, I think every single class has shifted in power, or the balance of what's good and what's not has completely shifted. Now, when I say completely shifted, I don't mean a Sork is going to go from a great class to a trash class. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm basically saying that some classes have gotten a much needed, not really a buff. They didn't get a specific buff, but they did get helped by procs not being as good. So I'm not going to get into the specific classes in this video because I'm going to release a tier list soon, but my general thoughts are that a lot of classes that I noticed I saw as trash before the update have been brought up to an equal, not quite equal, but a pretty close equal level to some of the top tier classes in the game. And that's kind of what I'm getting at, is that I think the entire landscape of ESO has changed. Honestly, so kind of sum it up. I've been playing PvP, and I'm running my No-Proc build. So as you guys know, No-Procs is what Cyrodiil is, right? So Cyrodiil doesn't allow procs. You can't use mythics. You can't use any of that crap. So this has been significant for me. I'm running this build, and if you guys want to see what build I've been running, you can check it. My Magic Ward and PvP build, I will leave the link in the description. But what's crazy about it is that, you know, I'm running a No-Proc build, and don't get me wrong, I'm pretty good at the game, right? But I've been struggling in ESO the past couple months. Before procs were the biggest thing, I was a really good player. So before procs were big, I was top tier. When procs came about, as you guys know, I would say to sum up procs, my opinion was that everything was just meh. So by meh, I mean everything was kind of blended together. There was really no thing that could make you stand out. So like standing out meaning like you can't. There's no skill gap. There wasn't much of a skill gap. It existed, of course, but to the extent that it just wasn't enough. Because if I was good and I was way better than 4 people, I could 1v4 back in the day, right? So during procs I couldn't. And now that Flames of Ambition is here, procs they're not any less good, but you are just much better, and especially in no CP. Now, the biggest thing with no CP is that your armor, or I'm sorry, not your armor, your stats don't go down anymore. So back in the day, for when stats would go down, you could get melted by procs because your healing wasn't enough, you just couldn't do enough to stay alive. Now, with the way things are going, and specifically no CP, the reason I'm mentioning OCP is because that's what I mostly play, but I think no CP is the best way to display the ESO mechanics. I think that's the way PvP was meant to be played. I hope you guys, I know most of you don't agree, and I'm sorry, but like, that's just my opinion. So, basically what I'm saying is, with your stats not going down, it has brought me back up to being pretty freaking good. Now, this isn't a video about me bragging, this is not about that, I promise. What I'm just trying to say is that I've had so much more success, and I've had so much more enjoyment playing in this new update. Now, I think a lot of that is because the things I'm getting hit by, I understand. So, the reason things hitting me hard is because I wear light armor, and because people have high stats. So when I open my tooltip, I'm not looking at the procs, right? I'm not looking at any of that. I don't even see them. I see certain things, skills and abilities from classes that are hit me hard, and that's how it should be. So I think the meta has totally shifted. It's awesome to see. I'm seeing magic builds run two-hand. I'm seeing magic builds run dual-wield. I'm seeing people playing more team-based builds. So I've been running it myself. I've been running a Warden, and I've been getting like 200k plus healing every game. As you may see in the gameplay I'm leaving in the background. So, it's just, I can't explain it. I just feel like I hope most of you excel in this update. Now, this is going to leave a lot of people upset because, let's be honest, people that aren't as skilled, or maybe not skilled, but let's say experienced, right? People that aren't as experienced in ESO are going to struggle. Now, that makes sense, right? If you're not as experienced and put in the time, you're not going to be great. And that's my concern, is that having procs all this time, it kind of was such a, I don't want to say crutch, it was such a baby. It was babying people. So they got so accustomed to having procs on their build and being carried by things, right, that it gets to the point where they don't know how to play without it. And I think this is kind of what I call the Malakath syndrome. The reason I say that is because people can't play without Malakath. So that's even another factor on top of that. That's going to play a big part, and that was something I definitely wanted to mention in the video. Is that although procs are not quite as good, it's not just the procs, it's the fact that now when procs aren't allowed, you can't just run heavy armor and run Malakath and call it a day. You have to build to be able to balance DPS and healing and tanking all at once. So that's something that is very, very, very tricky for most people, because for the past whatever amount of time, you just throw on heavy armor, at least 5 pieces of it, you throw on Malakath, you throw on a couple procs, and you're golden, right? Now, people actually have to think when it comes to making their build. And I love that. That makes me happy. And I've noticed it already. There's some people, like, no one's figured it out. And to be honest, I think the new meta is going to be burst. Just damage. Just doing damage. And I love that. It makes me so happy because people are killable, and it's just more enjoyable. You don't see anyone melting people while being tanky. It just doesn't really happen as much. I don't know what your guys' experience is with it so far, but that's what I've noticed myself, me included. I play as a not quite squishy build, but he's definitely not tanky by any means, but he has a lot of healing power and a lot of damage, right? And a lot of times your offense can turn into your defense, because if you're putting pressure on somebody, they can't hit you back. And that's kind of what I noticed, is that instead of the tankiness, let your sets do damage for you meta, it's the I'm going to do a lot of damage and you're going to have to out-heal me meta. And I think that's a lot better. So it really is making me happy to see. I think everything's changed, guys. I'm making another tier list soon. I know my tier list before the Flames of Ambition update was definitely my top video. Clearly, by far. It's what got my channel jump started, and I'm happy about that. But it just makes me even more excited that now I've been testing a new update and I can finally make a new tier list. So not only is this video one to tell you how I've been feeling, but it's also to let you know that a tier list is coming, guys. So, and I don't want to go into specifics just in this video, because I will save that for the tier list, but I will say my general thoughts of PvP is that it seems a lot more skill based, it seems a lot more DPS based, it seems a lot more like I'm capable of actually winning a 1vx when I wasn't before. And I just, like, sometimes I'm in a fight, and like in this new update, and I'm in an outnumbered fight, and I swear, like, I'm like, this would have never been able to be done a month ago. I would have been melted. So it was great. It's great. The update is amazing. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are enjoying it. This video is kind of just for me to check in, see how you guys are doing. I hope it's all going well, guys. And it's just the video is to let you know what's coming soon, what my thoughts are, and how just basically I think the meta has shifted a lot. Max stats seem like the king, and there's certain classes that will take over. And I think a lot of things have changed. A lot of things got better. A couple things got worse. So this is going to be exciting, guys. I'm looking forward to making the content and telling you what classes are best. I'm looking forward to testing, and yeah. So that's really all I have. I just wanted to give you a quick update on my thoughts and what's going on, and basically kind of gives you guys a new perspective if you need an open mind or if you're struggling with the update. Also, to end it, I don't want to leave you guys hanging, so I just wanted to say is that if you guys want any build videos, please comment them down below. This is very important. If you want to see a build video for a certain class, for example, Magic DK, Magic Sork, anything like that, just let me know. I'll leave a clip, I will make a build, I will make a build 100%, no doubt. If you want to see my Magic Warden build, I will leave the link in the description. But there's not that many gear choices in terms of no-procs, and to answer your question, no-procs can perform in a proc-based PvP zone. So, trust me, it can. Make sure you leave your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think, let me know what you want to see. Of course, I will do it for you guys, don't worry. I'm here for the long haul. So, that is pretty much all I have for the day. I hope you guys are having a good one. I hope you are enjoying PvP as much as I am, because I am having the time of my life. So I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of the little clip I have for you. And we'll talk in a couple days when I do my tier list, guys. So have a good one. Stay safe, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.